This video explains the second example of a database. Let me run it first. It asks username and password. Wrong password. It says it's not matching. Correct password. PPP says that welcome, and then how many times it has visited. So to this program, user information is stored in database named WSP. If I connect it, it's already connected. The username app for the WSP database has a table named credentials. So if I take a look at the data in the table, you have username, password, login count, and ID there. Password is SHA256 encrypted. So in this program, we use a resource injection such that resource name Jdbc database 2 is injected into this data source, and this data source represents the WSP database in the JavaDB. When you first download this program, all the configuration for the resource injection is already given there. All you need to do is to create database in the table. The script is under source packages. This is the script to create initial database and table. It says the table must be in WSP database with the username app and password app, and this is how to create the table, and then two initial records are inserted here. To do so, at the very beginning, once you download this program, you will not have a WSP database, so let me delete it to show how you make this work. So here first I need to create a database named WSP username app password app. It's created. If I connect it, we see that boldface schema is the name of the user. Under that I have no table yet. So what I need to do is, using this script, I create initial table. So choose the correct connection, WSP, and then execute. Then table is created. We can see the two initial data are stored. And then your program should work on your computer. Now let me explain how this program works. In the welcome page, username and passwords are entered, and then user login method is called as an action controller. Here is user bin, name the bin, in session scope, and the resource injection is done by this name, database 2. Then as a login is called, it processes a do login. If something error occurs, error message is displayed. So in do login, what it does is that from the data source injected, you get the connection. From the connection, you create statement, prepare the statement, select login count from credentials where username and password match. So out of that, you authenticate the user, and then we update the login count correctly. Let me skip the detailed explanation of this code. To do this resource injection from the scratch, you will not have those information. So for first, the web XML contains the resource reference. So this is the one I created for you. So if you create this kind of a program from the scratch, the resource reference is not there, and also the glassfish configuration for the database access is not there. So let's delete this one as well. So at the very beginning, you have the program, and then you have a setup database there, And to have the resource injection working, we need to configure those resources correctly. So first thing you need to do is create a new, choose glass fish, and then create Jdbc resource. Next, so we create a new Jdbc connection pool, and the JNDI name is the one I used in the Java bin is a Jdbc / database 2 is the name. Next, and then go next, nothing to do here. And the connection pool, and I'm going to create a pool of connections for this resource. So let me say that database 2 connection pool. So using from this connection, then resource type should be connection pool data source. Next, all the default values are okay. For a quick review, it says that it begins with 8 connection as a pool size, and maximally you can get to 32 connections. Those are all default values are fine. Finish that. So now a resource is defined in this XML file. So resource name, JNDI name is JDBC / database 2. That name we are going to use in resource injection here. The same name here. And then this name is defined using a connection pool named the database 2 connection pool. So the database 2 connection pool, details of which is defined here. See, as I scroll to the right, it's a long definition. You can find that connection pool name is here. So using this name, connection pool is defined. Here the database server is in localhost, and the database name is WSP. Username and password, all those are defined. So we need to configure one more thing in WebXML. In WebXML, choose a reference and then add the resource name. So resource name we are going to use in JSF program is a JDBC / database 2. And then the resource type is a JavaX SQL connection pool data source, but we don't have that name as a selection menu, so let's choose this one anyway. And then we need to edit the code here. The resource type should be connection pool data source. Then all done. So now the program should run without any problem. So another username recorded is Mary. PPP is a correct password. If you do wrong password, it says error. So this is how this second database program works.